de aquí, the word is mine. Si eso like Diamond D, I got a 9, baby. I don't drink, I start
Pete. Pete. Pete.
Oh, Pete.
J'essaie de...
Non, il faut qu'il déshabille.
Ah, ça y est.
The first morning in the Spanish capital, it's Pete's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ne les ouvre pas. Voilà, maintenant tu peux les ouvrir.
And Sami and Dylan have a surprise in store for him. A surprise it certainly is, maybe more than he'd bargained for.
Waouh.
Toute la nuit ils ont travaillé, hein. Un pro total, hein.
Merci Dylan.
Joyeux anniversaire.
Génial, dis. Je peux plus la garder pour eux, quoi.
Non, je peux plus la lâcher, elle est à moi.
Ça fait quel effet de bombe?
How do you like spraying graffiti in this weather?
Yeah, it's cool.
First time?
Not really.
The sun over our heads like that? Of course it is.
28 degrees, great.
As in Berlin and Prague, their first mission is to inspect the work of the local graffiti artists. They like the style.
It lasts more than just slogans and symbols. In Prague, they didn't know what real painting is.
Hey, look at that shark.
It's good. I like stuff like that.
Ça donne bien, j'aime bien un truc comme ça.
Can you make out a particular style?
It's a bit of everything, really. A bit of New York, a bit of Paris.
We started doing graffiti here around 1986, 87. At first, the people here thought it was strange. You know, people painting in the middle of the street at night. They began to ask questions. And the police also wanted to know what we were up to. We were stealing something. They saw us painting walls. They didn't know what to make of it. They were wondering whether they should arrest us. We took advantage of the surprise effect and carried on. We were lucky to be able to paint together, all in the same place, at the same time. People started to get used to it. And they respect the fact that the graffiti are well done.
Claro, ese es el concepto que tienen ellos, o sea, de que graffiti son cosas, o sea, murales y tal, ¿no?
But not everybody's so enthusiastic about it. To shop owners, it's a recurring nuisance.
They must be punished. They must be punished. It's terrible. They're spoiling all the house fronts, even the monuments.
Did I tell you I got nicked and had to pay a 220,000 franc fine? The next day we went back as usual. We were very angry then. We hit the Louise area of Brussels. It was around midnight and we were spraying graffiti there.
We got picked up by the police. We got into the car and passing each graffiti, he said, "So that was you, wasn't it?" I said, "No." But he just told the others, "That's him." I had at least 110 counts. The judge gave me 30 hours community service. Luckily, I was still a minor. Otherwise, I'd have been in serious trouble. I never got myself caught again. When there's trouble around the corner, I just run.
You never got caught either after that?
I don't take risks anymore.
Here in Madrid, they've met up with Sonia. She's their tourist guide and interpreter.
You have a nice black book.
Non, mais il travaille tout le temps. Il travaille tout le temps, je sais.
They work all the time. It's their whole life. The shop doesn't just sell cans. It's a contact centre for the whole movement.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a nouveau maintenant? Nouveaux disques, des concerts, des jams.
Por ejemplo. Mira cómo vuela la paloma.
Intenta aplastarme, intenta eliminarme, no sabe qué es esto, no promociona, no reacciona.
When he sings his songs, everybody stops to listen.
Palque, lo intento quiera vérselas con quien palque, lo intento quiera vérselas con quien palque, lo intento quiera vérselas con quien palque.
Como entretenimiento, o sea, tú cuando ves un partido de fútbol.
When you watch a football match, maybe you like watching it, but it doesn't teach you anything. You got to educate yourself while enjoying yourself.
Ajá, c'est mejor.
He talks their language, the language of the street. People understand him.
Era la mezcla de.
You get a chance to express your talent artistically as well as to pass on a social or political message.
Social. Puede ser político, etc.
No smoke, no drink.
No.
Is he a teacher or something?
It's his way of talking. He says he's a kind of preacher and he needs a clear head.
What he says is right. No smoking, no drinking. You've got to stay clean. You can concentrate your mind. It's 100% true.
You agree it'd be better? You'd have a clearer head, you'd have more energy, you'd be able to spray more graffiti. You accept the principle, but you don't follow it.
Yeah, I see it from both sides. I know it makes me bad, you know what I mean. Then I think it makes me bad because I'm like that. If I were good and smoked, I wouldn't be bad, see? I'm too sensitive. I quickly feel let down by people. With Sammy sometimes, I feel let down 4 or 5 times a day. I say to myself, that can't be my brother. What's he up to? And maybe he doesn't see it like that at all.
Eh ben, on l'a fait. Vous peignez avec Pablo et tout, un super truc, quoi.
Together with their new Spanish friends, they decide to give Pete's van a fresh coat of paint. Predictably, it attracts the attention of the police before long.
I see a cop car. I'm gone. I'm not hanging around for this. I always run so I don't get nicked because they're barbarians.
We're covering a story here for Belgian television.
Do you have any official documents?
They don't hate the cops here. They come here. They know everybody. Where I come from, you just know you're done for.
It's all right. They thought it was a private car.
It's got a Belgian number plate, you see.
In Brussels, they just pick you up, put you in the car, accuse you of stuff you haven't even done. They call you names. To them, you're just a slave. You ask them for water, they don't give it to you.
What are we going to do tonight? A little trip downtown?
It depends. We'll go and meet Camille first.
That's me, Camille from the TFP group.
I'd like to know why graffiti interests you so much. Why do you go out with a can in your hand and spray walls?
Well, to leave my mark, to write my name, basically. I need people to see my name everywhere. I need to leave my signature everywhere. When I go back to a place and see it there, hey, I was here, it's cool. It must be a good place. Lots of traffic going on. Lots of people passing by to see it.
Des endroits de beaucoup de trafic, des gens qui te voient, quoi. C'est marrant cette photo.
Moi, qu'est-ce que j'allais dire? Est-ce que pour toi, c'est plus...
Is it art or more self-advertisement?
Avant l'art, je crois plutôt que c'est du vandalisme.
I think it's vandalism first, and then art. I don't like to see myself as an artist. I'm a writer, a sprayer. But self-advertisement isn't my thing either. Spraying your name all over town. Apart from that, it's not much fun. It's not like New York.
Des panneaux publicitaires dans toute la ville avec mon nom et à part ça, c'est pas pareil, quoi. C'est pas si marrant, tu vois. Ça New York.
Ça, c'est toi qui l'as fait?
You did that?
Moi, ouais. Avec ce truc-là.
Yeah, that was me.
Peu à peu, tu fais des...
With this kind of stuff, you can make good friends everywhere. And it's cool having friends everywhere. You get around, you leave your name. I'm totally into hip-hop, 100%.
What's hip-hop for you?
It's my life.
Is it a kind of challenge?
It's a challenge for yourself and for other people in hip-hop.
Merci.
De rien.
Trip tranquille. Tripping tranquilo. Tripping tranquilo. Tripping tranquilo.
From Madrid, their itinerary takes them back north across the Pyrenees. It's the last leg of their 3-week trip, France.
À Paris, finalement, on ne passera pas parce qu'on n'a pas le temps. Donc on va simplement passer à Évry.
We're heading for Évry to call in on Christophe and Francois, the twins I told you about. And after that, we'll head back for Brussels.
Ça, c'est la mairie. Ouais, ils sont là sur le banc.
Et nous aussi, on vous a repéré vite fait, hein. Ça va encore?
Christophe,
Ouais.
François, Dominique et Fred.
Salut.
Samy et Dylan.
Je leur ai parié. Ah ouais, on est des nains à côté. Ah ouais, on est des nains. Et on est arrivé. Ça y est, on est arrivé. Bon, je vous ai pas trop perdu. Vous êtes arrivés.
Ah, c'est chouette.
It's powerful. There's nothing to
C'est
add.
pas nous, c'est juste ça.
We didn't do that one. Only that one over there.
Vous signez pas?
You don't sign your name?
Ça nous a pas porté
The
préjudice.
drawing itself is our signature. It doesn't hurt us not to sign. On the contrary, it's a good thing sometimes.
Ce genre de choses.
People think it's just graffiti. That's why it's hidden. Why show it to others?
D'abord à nous. Et ensuite,
You can show people photos if they want to see it. There's lots you can do. First, you aim for progression. Experimentation, too, that's important. That explains the frescoes on the wall.
Pourquoi les fresques sur les murs? Le reste, le gros
The rest, the main work is mostly on canvas.
sur toile. La continuité, la suite en fait.
You do that first, then you copy it on the wall.
Ou bien c'est des choses complètement dissociées.
Je reproduis un peu plus, mais je
Oh,
reproduis
I
pas
copy
les
a
toiles,
bit,
mais
but I don't copy my own canvases. I teach myself things. Then I do a synthesis on the walls. When I paint outside, I take in everything around me. When I paint in my room, it's night time. There's a lamp. I concentrate on it much more.
With frescoes, things jump out at you because you're outdoors. That's what I like about frescoes. Canvases don't interest me. I don't do any advanced research into my painting.
Ici, c'est la salle du tag. Et si tu remarques une chose particulière, c'est qu'ici, c'est la salle
Here's the
du
graffiti room.
Elle est plus grande que
You may have noticed it's the biggest room, bigger than all the others, but there's no graffiti in the other rooms. This one's covered all over with
la
it.
salle de faire une fresque comme ça.
What we planned to do was a fresco covering the whole room. That would really give it an extra dimension. But if I do something here soon, it'll be covered with the other stuff. This is the one you can see best from the street. Usually you like to be seen, even by passers-by. We know where we stand, it doesn't bother me. That's how you mark your territory. Then again, we don't know anyone here.
On connaît absolument pas les gens, mais on connaît le mécanisme.
When we got to this place, we didn't know any of the others, but we knew how it works. The difference between a graffiti and a fresco for me is when you do graffiti, you get an almost instant buzz. When you do a fresco, it's more demanding, it's tricky, you've got to think a lot about it. It's like more like work. You've got to concentrate on it. It's not the same thing.
What's good about painting without breaking the law is you can take your time. You don't just enjoy doing it yourself, but people come up to you and encourage you if you're good at what you're doing.
Non, parce que sinon après, sinon tu t'arrêtes. Si tu commences à te contenter.
Don't ever be happy with anything you start. Otherwise, you get into a trap. You just stop. I'm not ready to stop yet. I'm frustrated. Everything gets to me. When I see what's happening, once you say to yourself, this is good, you stop doing it.
Et dites-lui que j'ai beaucoup regretté de ne pas pouvoir lui dire adieu.
Sur la banquise, y a pas de mimosa, pas non plus de petits moutons, sautant sur le gazon, pas de paprika et pas de bouillon.
Sami and Delan's trip across Europe comes to an end. After 3 weeks, they're back home in Brussels.
Moi, je mangerais bien les mômes.
Moi aussi.
On a pas pire.
Here in Brussels, there are a lot of highly motivated people. The thing is, you've got to give them an opportunity. But here, you don't get an opportunity.
You reckon they've got opportunities in Madrid and Prague? They just get on with it.
Yeah, but it's easier there than here.
Here, the system is all over you. Why? Because it's a closed system. Everything's restrained. When you want to spray or stage an exhibition, it all costs money. In Madrid and Berlin, there are people who go for that kind of thing. People outside hip-hop who take an interest in what you're doing. Here, for people outside hip-hop, we're just vandals, not artists. In Madrid, spraying in the streets, it's cool, you can do it. The cops come along and say, what are you doing? We're spraying, making a film. And the cops say, fine, I've seen nothing. It's great there. Here, if you want someone to say he's seen nothing, you've got to give them at least 300,000 francs.
Ici, tu verras jamais un cafetard où il y a plein de gens qui crient ouais, joue au domino et tout, tu vois. Versaire, joyeux anniversaire.
Et maintenant, vous faites des capriccettes
J'ai réalisé là tout de suite. Bon, je suis aussi dégoûté.
I've just realized I'm angry at pretty much everything, but that's normal. We've been on this trip with you for 3 weeks. It was great, and I mean, now I'm back here, and the day after tomorrow I've got to go back to school, and then it's back to all that blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But we got out of the system for a while. We forgot everything else. We had some great laughs. There were some bad times, but it was great. Being back here just gets me down. If it was up to me, we'd travel around the world.
Ça me casse dans mon élan parce que si ça tenait qu'à moi, on ferait le tour du monde. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Patricia Leventon narrated our report, which was co-produced by CBA and Artemis Productions. Window in Europe returns at the same time next week.